I also had this answer last period. Is it like all of a sudden you feel like maybe you've learned something? Is that what? Or are we just getting... Or is it just like confidence that you actually know something? Confidence? Okay. I'm glad, Jackson, to hear that, but it kind of hurts my heart that it's taken to now, but I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're here. All right, give me something good. What do you got? Kayla? Well, yes. DBQs are awful. Absolutely. So, all right, give me something good, Natalie.
I said that it was kind of easy to pick out like points to support.
Your evidence?
Yeah, evidence.
Okay, evidence is easy to support. Give me something negative, Matthew.
Well, when they brought it back to period 1, it was kind of like throwing me off. And then it got easier once I actually thought about it. But it took a little bit longer to get it.
All right, so the period 1, about the Neolithic.
Yeah.
All right, don't worry, we're going to start review here in less than 6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks.
Less.
That's another one. I need to get my book.
Actually, I think we're doing it in 5. Yeah, we're doing it in 6 weeks because in 5 we have another writing week. Henry.
How many more writing weeks should we have?
Like 3, 4. What? Hi, your exam is 60% writing. And this is way easier than it should be. This writing week is so easy.
Wait, can you tell me what
Huh? 3, 2, 1. Jackson. No, you're not. Yeah. Okay, please listen. Your exam's 60% writing. So if you can't write, you're screwed. So guess what we practice? Writing. But if you don't know any of your content, you can't possibly write a damn thing. So that's why we focus on content when we're doing content. We focus on writing when we're doing writing. And you people are getting off so easy this week because if you weren't here, you didn't hear it. You have no long essay times tomorrow. I have a death in the family and my girl's over here shimmying her shoulders. Damn. So cold. You're fine of it. I'm just giving you a hard time. So, we need to write. You're having an easier writing week than you should. You should have been writing a DBQ last night. You should have started your short answer. Tonight you should be writing a long essay question and then coming in to write a long essay question. Like, you shouldn't have seen any short answer questions.
They were awesome. I appreciate it.
Henry. Oh my God. Are you referencing? No. You apologize and sit there in silence. Nothing. He did not mean it, especially in the week we're having here, Ian. I think that comes incredibly callous. No, Rebecca. Is that a surprise? Henry, what can I help you with?
I was gonna ask, like, why did that have 60% writing?
Hi, sweetie. This AP World is not how I would design AP World. There are so many things I would change about AP World. Maybe we'd have some fun.
Do we have an actual
Maybe we'd enjoy. No. Huh?
Do we have an actual test for the exam, or is it like...
What?
Never mind, never mind.
Everything we've been practicing is on the damn exam. I'm not wasting your time with anything.
Are you?
Oh my God, you people are so bad. Is this because you went for a walk first period?
It was a long one.
Usually
We didn't do anything my entire
We had a lot of time to think.
Oh, yeah.
During the drill?
Oh yeah, they hit us in the library and there was 3 windows and we just like were looking out. We're like, this is great.
I was literally under the window. I was like, this is a good
Under the window,
place to hide.
We didn't hide, we just sat at the table.
We had to go to versus
3,
That wasn't a cabinet.
Oh, let's go do
2,
like sponsors for the good people.
1. Hello. So since we're not clearly doing content, which means you're doing your 4 short answers questions by yourself this evening, I'm totally fine. Because I've got things I got to get done, and I can't help you with yours. Since we're talking about this drill, I do want to point something out. It is important, and Masano pointed it out to me, and I haven't really thought about it, but it's completely accurate. Can you please do me a favor today during lunch? During lunch, 1/3 of the population of the school is just out and about. So,
That's what I was saying, because they're going to do 8 or 6 lunch if they're
Yeah, but everybody would be going crazy.
please listen. So, please listen. What I would like you to do, because unfortunately you as young adults have to act like adults at times now. With that being said, during lunch today, will you just look around at where you sit typically? All the teachers, if there is an incident, sounds like something minor. If there's a situation that happens during lunch, all of us will be at our doors pulling kids in. Does that make sense? So look at where you're sitting. Where would be the fastest way to get into a classroom? Can we agree? So, I mean, you need to be aware. You need to be thinking. Now, if you have the opportunity to run to the field house, bye. I'd go straight to that field house, man. Just,
Huh? I would just leave.
They won't
let it open.
yeah, that's what we call.
If you can make it all the way to the field house,
Then you get into a classroom.
But like, just
I don't have to say that.
but what if they're not?
No, they will. We stand at the door and try to pull kids. Every 3,
What happens if you just
2,
I'm scared they're gonna like think that
1. No. As soon as the lockdown, you hear that, right? Or am I just crazy? Watch it.
we didn't hear anything.
I don't think so. However,
It's illegal. Our lunch is 15 minutes. They could cut it down by 20.
hello. We're not getting anything done today, which means you still have homework. I don't care. So yeah, they do. And we did a drill. No, I'm recording this, which they're gonna be so damn annoyed about.
That's the password so hard, just like clicking around points until you start teaching.
So with that being said, will you please sit and look? Now, if you sit at a place that you can run into a classroom, that's the priority. I will be standing at my door, and I will probably be cursing you to move faster if the incident does occur. So there'll be some foul things coming out of my mouth as a way to entice you to move faster. But you need to look at where you sit during lunch and where would you go just in case. If you have the opportunity to just get out by the field house, out by Del Mabry, that's exactly where I would go. But for most of us who sit here, most of us who sit there in the cafeteria, you need to find a place to go. And find a place to barricade yourself. Wide open spaces obviously is not ideal. Get behind something, lock the door. This is sadly the world we live in now. So please keep that in mind while you're sitting at lunch. I wouldn't get crazy with it, but to have a plan is always better than to have no plan, correct? Because what saves lives is action, not sitting there crying. And I'm a big crier. So just know that when I say that, as in I know I can't just stand there and cry. So please keep that in mind while you're at lunch today. All right, what we are doing is you are taking out your essay from last night. You're taking out your prompt and your essay, have them on your desk. As soon as you have your essay and your prompt on your desk, you are going to pass both. Actually, hold on to it for 2 seconds, 3, 4, 5, 6. As soon as you get the rubric, put your name on the rubric. Yeah, I need all 4 people. So as soon as you get your rubric, you're going to put the name on the top. Some of them I cut off because I wasn't paying attention because you people are ridiculous. Okay.
Wait,
What?
so does writing week continue tomorrow, or is that do we start the next night? Like the content tomorrow? It's like a Wednesday, so maybe we can test that day. Like, this time.
You're supposed to have a time writing tomorrow.
Yeah, I know, but like, so now are we going to start with the new content?
Well, I was hoping I would be able to have a conversation about it with you.
Okay.
So, Everyone should be putting their name on the top of the rubric or somewhere on the rubric because I cut some of them off. Don't judge. Now that you have the rubric, your essay, and your prompt all in one spot, what you're going to do, don't judge, okay, just stop your judgment. I don't want it. You're going to pass it to someone near you that you did not pass yesterday. You're passing your essay to someone who did not get it yesterday, Greta. The prompt is right next to Benji. I want everything. Your essay, your rubric, your prompt. Give it to someone. Go.
Are we just grading?
He doesn't want you to grade it, that's why. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So, question number 1. Now, I would like you to notice that I gave you a typed one. I can make typed rubrics. The reason why I don't give you typed rubrics for the DBQ is because I want you to get annoyed every time you have to write the stuff out, all the components. Isn't it annoying?
Yeah.
And don't you sit there and say, why can't you just type this out for us? Because I don't want to, because I need you to figure it out. Now, once we write a couple more DBQs and you're tired of writing the damn rubrics, I will type them out for you. Keep in mind, there's a purpose, there's a reason. Okay, here we go. So, some historians have argued the adoption of the agriculture during the Neolithic Revolution, the adoption of industrial production during the 19th and 20th centuries are the two most important transformations in world history. Identify and explain two shared results of both transformations that would support. So, support the biggest and most important thing. What would be an example you could use here, people? What do we got? Sydney, give me one. No, just tell me what it is and give me their evidence. Or you could tell me yours. You did do this yesterday.
Like the first one? So I said like urbanization. They
Okay.
didn't share that because the Neolithic Revolution, they did like specialization of labor.
Yes!
And then for industrialization, they started working in the
Yes! Perfect, perfect, perfect. It's perfect. What?
Oh, I just had another one.
Okay, what?
Led to inventions to increase transportation.
What are you going to say for Neolithic?
Mesopotamia created the wheel.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, I think it was invented before Mesopotamia, wasn't it?
No.
No, they wouldn't have a need for it. No, you're right. You're right. It would. Ugh. What do you got? Matthew.
Could you say that we start building larger structures, we start building skyscrapers, and then we start building ziggurats?
Seriously? You're going to quote ziggurats as like,
That's
woo!
like the only buildings they have.
I know.
So it's like facts.
I mean, it's like weird. I'll accept that. What do you got, Michael? How's that survey going, Michael? Okay, what are you going to say? Okay. Shh. Yeah, that would work. All right, here we go. B. So you should have two different things. Okay? Which means you're supposed to have like population growth and urbanization and explain how they affect either or, correct? You can't just write one thing down, two things out of it. So their first answer should have, like for instance, I planned this one for first period. They had population growth for Neo. They had food production, which caused the growth. And then for industrial, they had better medicines, like the, all of a sudden we have the immunizations and vaccines and stuff like that. She got it. She knows. She knows. So that would be one. And then the second would be urbanization. We have specialization of labor. And the second would be factory jobs, which is exactly what Sydney said. Okay? All right. B, identify and explain another transformation in world history that can be interpreted as using equal or greater importance. So not industrial, not Neolithic. Jackson. Okay, and what are you going to say? Okay, there you go. Absolutely. Okay, America, Columbian Exchange, colonization, all that crap. Here we go. What do you got, Kara?
I said discover Americas because they had the like land and resources to cultivation like hash crops. But then that led to industrialization.
Did you connect it to that?
Yeah.
Fine. It's fine. Lily, it's kind of weird. What?
Is the second agricultural revolution the same thing as the industrial revolution, or did
It leads to it.
Okay.
So right here in 2018, we have a problem. We have plenty of job openings here in the United States. But we don't have enough people to work them in our highbrow technology sectors. We just don't have enough people. So we are paying and giving out visas for people from other countries with those degrees and certifications to come to the United States, correct? Yes? So we have jobs, we don't have enough people. The second agricultural revolution happens just before the industrial revolution. So what do we have plenty of when we start building factories? And people. With more food, we get more people. So when we have plenty of people, when we start having these opportunities to work in factories away from the farm, guess what? We have plenty of food, so we can support people moving away from farming, and we have plenty of people to work. There you go. All right, flip it over. Now, you need to be reading, of course, their essay as we're going through, obviously, and you're scoring it, obviously. Now, question number 2 is actually the picture, not the charts. However, chronologically, it doesn't really make sense. So before you start grading their essay, figure out what the hell they're talking about. Are they talking about Japan, or are they talking about the Americas and Africa? So make sure you're grading the right one in the right spot. It's not their fault, it's my fault. So please keep that in mind. Now that we've finally calmed down a second, can we have a moment? Tonight, you're going to be writing 4 short answer questions. Okay? And then we're done. You're supposed to be doing more. You should be doing more. Some of us are celebrating more than others. I'm looking right at you, Ian. However, tonight you have 4 short, and then you are done with writing week. So tomorrow we're going to quickly go over those answers in a much faster pace than we're doing today because you people were wild at the beginning of class today. So damn chatty. So weird. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, with that being said, we're going to go to war tomorrow. We got World War I, son. Heck yeah. This is what we've been waiting for. We're just going to start killing everybody. So, that's going to be tomorrow. What do you got, Henry?
Is there a chance we date earlier since we started?
No, we're gonna take our time, enjoy war. Is that okay with you? This is what we've been waiting for, right? Here we go. So, we're going to look at question number 2, the actual 2, which is the picture. Here we go. Japanese painter, picture of a discussion by Japanese naval officers about the battle strategy against China. 3-panel wood block printed during 1894-1895 war between China and Japan. Okay, identify and explain one factor that enabled Japan to develop the military capacity alluded to in the painting. What do we got, Allie? Did you write this yesterday?
No, I'm thinking.
Oh, then that's mean. I'm not going to ask you that question. Someone other than Jackson. Oh, MP, thanks.
He like brought oh, he brought like Western influence and like steamboats.
Matthew Perry is a perfect answer. I'm as surprised as you are with the tone that you just used to answer the question. But yes, Matthew Perry is a perfect answer because he brings technological warfare. Remember, he shows up with his steel ship and says, open your ports. Perfect. Anyone else write anything like that? Should have been a smack in your face. This is the answer here. What?
If they just said industrialization.
No. Because it has to get there. No. How did the industrialization start? What would be their evidence?
She said it was the first one in.
No. No. What do you got?
Would the main restoration replacing the dog show method?
Yeah, I would. I would accept that. And what are they using as evidence?
Well, they said like pro-American concepts helped them, like the U.S. helped them industrialize, but then their evidence restoration replacing the dog.
Yeah, it's not terrible. Who is it?
Caleb.
Nice. It's actually not bad. And
Is it okay if you use industrialization as the thing, and then your evidence is how that helped them in the Russo-Japanese War?
but no, Russo is 1905. This is before. So no. 0, 0, 0. B. Identify and explain one way. What?
He called it over.
Oh. Identify one way. Are you answering B? Is that what you're trying to do? Alright. Identify and explain one way in which the painting reflects the developments of new cultural... MP, I'm over it. New cultural identities in the 19th century. Trey.
Foreign influence on here.
Okay, how is that going to be cultural, though?
He came in and when he invaded Japan, I forgot what the system's called, but he came in with this new like idea of like their laws, and they rethought everything. All their.
Okay, what's your evidence?
I forgot.
Did you write the evidence? Okay, what else? No, the evidence isn't Matthew Perry. You can say, because Matthew Perry isn't about changing their government, so no, it wouldn't work. He's all about wanting money and exploration, stuff like that. If you were going to cite the influence of him, it'd be a little tricky. Camden.
Can you talk about like the westernization and all?
Okay, what are you going to say?
From Matthew Perry?
What are you going to say?
Well, like the new culture idea is like a world power because you have like the Western influences. What in like Matthew Perry with the Puerto Rico.
That. No. I'm not pleased. That sounds so ostentatious. I'm so sorry. I take that back. I don't think it would score. Because it's not... Citing Matthew Perry he's coming in on a gunship. He's a military man. MP.
Can you talk about like their physical features, like how they grow beards and they're wearing like
They're wearing like suits.
Yeah, but it's like westernized.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're citing that, absolutely. Okay? If you cite that because of Matthew Perry, America has a dominating foot, which they're going to go in and help change them militarily and culturally, as we can see, it's demonstrated by the dress. Perfect. Does that make sense? Do you see what the difference is between my answer to your answer from what you said? Will.
Did you talk about like how when the Tokugawa was in power, it was like Japan isolated itself, and when the Meiji came in, then they opened up borders and they started going to war, winning wars like the Sino-Japanese War, where they wanted to influence over Korea.
Okay, so they're going to become more aggressive. Yeah. Yeah, you would have to cite some sort of start to it. Tanner, you better pick that head up. That's for damn sure. I would say if you're going to cite the aggressiveness would be the industrialization, gives them the upper hand. You'd have to reference that in some way. All right. C. I would assume we're losing a lot of points on that one, yeah? C. Identify and explain one way in which the Japanese militarism affected international politics between 1850 and 1900. If Russo-Japanese War is there, it's 0. It's 1905. Okay, if you're using Sino-Japanese War, which is what this painting is, then you'd have to give more information than just saying Sino-Japanese War. Does that make sense? Because they've given you that evidence. It's not outside evidence if they give it to you. I think it makes sense.
Did they technically give it to you?
Yes. What, because they didn't say Sino?
Yeah.
What if they said like, oh, it's fine, right?
They said a war between China and Japan, and it's the Sino-Japanese War.
Are you going to tell them what the outcome is?
And get some.
If you tell them the outcome, it's outside evidence, yes. All right, what do we got? Julia.
Well, could the Russian-Japanese War be used as evidence, like for their claim, and then that be used as evidence?
If you're connecting it to the Sino-Japanese War, yes. Sino-Japanese, like, this is a really good answer. So, the Sino-Japanese War is the first major victory Japan gets over China, and they get Korea from the deal. Because of the confidence, they start expanding territories. Eventually, we're going to see a direct conflict in 1905 because of the rising Japanese power. The Russians are going to try. Then you can reference it in that way. You can't just say, Russia-Japanese War, Japan wins, Russia's sad. Like, that doesn't score. Does that make sense? Do you see what I'm saying? What do you got?
If you say like Russo-Japanese War and you say like how it elevated their status and stuff, and then you also mention like how it impacted Russia, even though that's later, then still like count. Because like the war was still.
Yeah, you can say it was because of rising tension in the region, because Japan and Russia are right next to each other. Guys, the easiest answer you could have ran is spheres of influence. Guess who has major spheres of influences in China? Alright, There we go. Score it, total it, move to 3. Here we go. 3 is the one with charts. Make sure you're giving your person an opportunity to score correctly. Here we go. Use the charts below to answer all the questions that follow. Guys, I'm trying to get to your homework. Population of the Americas. Here we go. You had 1500 to 1900. If you had to summarize the chart, what would you say, Garrett?
The first chart,
Yeah, thank you.
there's like more people in the Americas like as time moves on.
Would it be a sharp change or a slow change?
Sharp.
Sharp change. Chart 2, what would you say, Catherine? Is Africa, by the way.
That the population increases, but like more within a period of time.
Okay, so it's a gradual increase, correct? Okay, so A, for period 1500 to 1750. When they say that to you, you better sit there on your damn chart and you better draw a damn line that makes sure you know exactly where you're talking about. I box it in so I'm not looking outside my little area that I'm supposed to, correct? So 1500 to 1750 behind the major population. Why? What are we talking about? What do you think, Georgia? Perfect. What's your evidence? Perfect. Excellent. There you go. Okay, that would be the easiest one to cite. Anyone else come up with anything? Okay, cool. For period 1750 to 1900, explain one factor behind the population change chart 1. So 1750 to 1900, what is a major population change? If you write industrialization, you're wrong. In the factories, they're not making babies. They are not making people inside factories, so it can't be industrialization, correct? There's no machine pumping out kids. That'd be so creepy. Benji! What?
Did you say that jobs attracted European migrants?
Yes! Yes, you can argue around it.
Yes, it works.
If you're talking about migration for industrialization, but some kid tried to tell me, no, industrialization made more people. I'm sorry, what? Because of industrialization, there's more people. No, that's not the answer. Timmy.
Did industrialization make it less likely to have people?
Yes, but there's more people on the planet because of the second agricultural revolution. So everyone started having 2 kids instead of 12 kids. So, but because there's more people on the planet, it all averaged out to a population increase. Lily.
Could you say like industrialization would then back it up with like manifest destiny and like
What? But how is that going to increase population of people going west? Then no. If you're saying immigrants are coming to the country to head west, it scores. Does that make sense? But just saying manifest destiny, I mean, no. That's just people getting on their wagon and heading west. Julia.
Did you say the Industrial Revolution, but then back it up with the enclosure movement?
No. The enclosure movement is second agricultural revolution. So there's nothing like putting a fence around your fields is not going to increase populations.
Okay.
Sophie.
Do you say like industrialization, but then like back it up with like railroads moving people?
But railroads don't make people.
Moving.
Yeah, cool. But if I have 15 people over here and 4 people over here, when I move 10 people from here to there, how many people do I have over here? 14 people. How many people do I have over here? 5. I'm just moving people around. I don't know if the math is right. Don't do the math. But if I'm moving person from New York to California, is the population of the United States still the same? So railroads have nothing to do with it. If you're talking about it makes it easier for immigrants coming into the country to move to other places and expand westward, fine, but it's a weird way to get to the same damn argument. Natalie.
Is it right if they said industrialization brought more workers, but then said backed it up with cotton gin?
No. That is so weird. No, if they talked about the flying shuttle and factory systems that made... The first part's right. The cotton gin, no. Yeah, and you better pick that head up. Jackson.
I just have a question that I didn't really write it this way, but it says population of Americas, does that also include South America and all those other
Yep.
places? Or like it's supposed to be focused on the United States?
No.
So
You could easily write how you're going to see that in 18, you could easily say that we're still getting immigrants till Brazil until 1888. You know what I mean? Like, not immigrants. They're not immigrants. They're slaves. You know, you can still cite both. It's easier to focus on the United States, though, correct? It's the Americas, so it could be both. As long as it's right, it could be either. Abby?
They said that, like, the Europeans looking for, like, resources and markets and made and the slave trade ending made, like, the population go up. Is that?
No, because no one is coming to the Americas. Why are no colonists coming? Oh, we haven't gotten there yet. For the period of 1500 to 1900, what is one factor behind the population changes? What do we got? Abby!
Okay, so, if they said that the resources and markets, like, they were looking for them, the Europeans were, and they came to...
Okay, guys, are a lot of white people going to Africa? Nah, not in real context. There'd be like 15 Africans to like 15 white people to like 1 million Africans. So the population, why do a small white people group control a massive population? They have guns. So it's not a ton of people. Yes, do white people head to Africa? Yes. Is it a mass migration? No, because no one wants to live in Africa. This farming, it's hard work, it's all that stuff. They'd rather sit in Victorian Europe, correct? But some people want to make money, want to make trade, all that stuff. So, no. Not a lot of white people.
And they said slavery was ended.
Slavery ended is a perfect reason. Yes, absolutely.
But if that's it, does that count as evidence?
Well, they can't, no. Slavery ending is going to lead to the increase of African population, yes, but they have to give you evidence. They have to give you evidence. If they said the last slave was sold into slavery in 1888 to Brazil, then that would score. No. Lily?
So would the Berlin Conference not score?
No, because it's in... Yeah, it would score.
Oh.
But what about it?
Well, they said that, like, European imperialization, like, well, like, I don't know. Okay. Can I just read it?
No.
Okay. Well, it's just like the European imperialization, and then like basically like the Berlin Conference like divided up Africa.
No, there's not a lot of white people coming to Africa, no.
Okay.
It doesn't score because there's not a lot of white people in Africa. What?
Doesn't the fact that there are, like, even a little bit count as one factor to the population increase? Doesn't that technically score?
It's very, 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 very small. The largest factor is the end of slavery. What's another factory from 1750 on? What comes across? They're delicious. Sweet potatoes, yams, all that stuff. You could have cited that, the Columbian Exchange. Remember, it's 1500 and 1900. So you're going to see a massive, you're going to see a population increase starting pretty quickly from 1500 to 1600, and that's because of the introduction of new crops. You could have focused on any of that stuff. Yes? It's a weird one. No, because it's not that many people. There's not that many white people. All right, here we go. Question number 4. You should be scoring as we're moving. What?
Yeah, I have another question.
24 you leave?
For the,
Shit. Okay.
for
What?
the, British Berlin Conference, like, gave, like European migration after the Berlin Conference. Yeah, what about that? Like, it gave all those people all the power to
That's going to happen in 1888. It's not going to be that big. There's not a lot of white people in Africa, people. Why don't they need a lot of white people in Africa? They have guns, and are they fighting people with guns? I have no idea how many. No, so no white people do not score. All right, for the 4th question, here we go. Sorry. For the 4th question, what is one continuity? Oh, we did this one together, didn't we?
Yeah.
So you should get it right. Go through and make sure they wrote it out completely on their answers. I gave them the answer. They should have it right. I know, I couldn't count, and like there was just so much.
Are we writing the whole like compliment thing?
We're gonna do everything I want. I have to figure that out. Alright, so what you're going to do is as soon as the stapler gets to you, you are going to staple the rubric on top of the prompt, on top of the essays. So it goes rubric, prompt, essays. As soon as you get the stapler, you are going to staple the rubric on top of the prompt, on top of the essay. So what you're done now is you should have totaled up the essay. Okay, so it should be sitting at the bottom. You should have a grand total. On the back of the essay, you are going to write, not the essay, on the back of the rubric, please. You are going to write 2 positives and 1 negative constructively, please. Constructive criticism means that they're going to learn something, and it's not you saying drop AP World because you're terrible. So, their handwriting's atrocious. That's a good one because they need to know. That would be an example of constructive criticism. You were really weak on your evidence would be a nice piece of constructive criticism. So 2 positives, 1 negative. As soon as you get that stapler, you better be stapling. Natalie, you were the first. And he's going to do it wrong. He's about ready to do it wrong. Rubric, prompt, essay.
Rubric? Prompt?
Oh, okay. I saw the other prompt.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, write out full and complete sentences here, please. Put a little effort into it, Catherine. Okay. What I would like you to do, as the stapler comes, as soon as it comes to you, you better be stapling. If you have to get up to go talk to him, you're more than welcome to put a paper clip on it. They're over here if you would like. So, get up and talk to the person that you graded. Go. I'm trying to help you with your homework. The faster we move, the better your life is.
I said more feedback, strong evidences, good claims, but it's kind of hard to read your handwriting.
As soon as that stapler's there, pass it. Let's go. You've got 30 seconds. Handwriting.
Do you think that handwriting was for?
It's not too bad. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be better than crap. All right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So everyone should have their essays that are due tomorrow. All 4 are due tomorrow. At the end of class, just like we did yesterday, you're going to drop them off in the front. If they are not put in the front, they are late. Here we go. Everyone should be stapling as soon as the stapler gets there. That is the most important thing, darlings. Here we go. These are due tomorrow, complete. So, answer all the parts of the following. Answer all parts of the question that follows. Some historians have argued the American Revolution and the French Revolution are the 2 most important transformations in world history. Identify and explain 2 shared results of both revolutions. 2 things that are both that support that these are the 2 greatest things. Ian, give me one.
Spread of enlightenment and then evidence from John Locke.
Okay, spread of enlightenment ideas. Okay, evidence would be John Locke. And what's John Locke's belief?
That the government has certain obligations to the people.
There you go. Okay, it's they.
Rulers gain consent of the ruler.
Huh?
That's what
He's individual rights. Okay, but you could also do like Montesquieu and all that stuff. He's 3 branches of government. He's my fave. Actually, I like John Locke too. But all right, so spread of Enlightenment ideas. You've got John Locke and all that stuff. What's the other one? We got spread of Enlightenment ideas. What do you got, Jackson? Oh, but if we're going to talk about spread, we're going to talk about John Locke, and he's going to inspire what other revolutions then?
Oh, the Latin American.
Specific what works best. Haitian Revolution, absolutely. And so John Locke, fine. It's not going to score. This is what's going to score. So the Haitian Revolution, and who's leading that? Who's your evidence?
Overture.
Toussaint L'Ouverture. Okay, so because you're talking about the spread, so we got to make sure we talk about how the spread of Enlightenment ideas inspire others. So a perfect example would be the Haitian Revolution. All right, what's another thing that's going to be spread because of both revolutions? What's another thing that results in both of revolutions? Someone other than Ian. The slower we move, the less help you get, people. I throw out some options here. Go get water if you'd like. What do we got? Jackson?
Well, I guess this is kind of like well, could you keep just John Locke the first one, and then the second reason just be like that they both influence other revolutions so like just like the first one, John Locke was your evidence, and then don't put the Haitian for that.
Spread of Enlightenment ideas.
So like direct.
How about implement
Yeah.
Enlightenment ideals?
Yeah.
Do you understand why I'm saying that we can't, like, do you get what I'm saying here? Implementing Enlightenment ideals. Okay, what are some other countries that are going to adopt it? So we got the spread, so we'll focus here on John Locke. What would be another piece of evidence that we'll put here? Okay, no. We're for spreading Enlightenment ideals. So we got John Locke and what? Montesquieu. And what does Montesquieu believe? 3 branches of government. Oh, separation of government works. Okay. Okay, implementing Enlightenment ideals. Of course, then we could have the Haitian. Okay, which is, what was their big thing? Rights for all citizens. Who's that? That would be Locke ideal. Okay, inspired by French and American. Okay, so B, here we go. Identify and explain another transformation in world history that would be interpreted as equal or greater importance on the global political scale. So what would another be another major thing? Ian? There we go. Napoleonic Wars. Okay, why?
We could say Napoleonic Code influenced how many countries' laws formed after he was born.
It's actually not a bad one, but I don't like your explanation. How can we use Napoleonic Code? What can we say about the Napoleonic Code, Henry? Wait, what? Yeah, but it's not Napoleonic Code. Napoleonic Code is actually very good. So it's going to implement Enlightenment ideals. In countries that don't revolt. There you go. So all of a sudden, people, because of the Napoleonic Code, are going to start embracing Enlightenment ideals. There you go. Goodbye. Huh?
Wait, are we?
Who has a stapler?
Wait, what does this say?
What?
Inspired by.
French and American. Make sure you're dropping your essays off in the front. These need to be written for tomorrow, friend. Goodbye.